So that's how you should be acting. Every time you have that call where you says a problem or something happened, again, you live in the most beautiful, powerful world. You have the most beautiful God's given brain. You had thousands of solutions, as minimum 3 in each situation.
Amen.
And focus on the solution.
Thank you for tuning in to Hacks and Hobbies with your host, Junaid. We're visited by our amazing guests coming from all walks of life. We want to learn their story, their struggles, and their journey on how they got to where they are today. So stick around.
We are joined by Inesa Ponomariovaite, the founder of Nisos Hemp. Inesa shares her extraordinary journey from facing personal challenges and adversity to discovering her mission to fight cancer. Learn how Inesa's determination and unwavering values led to her incredible work in cancer research and the founding of Nisos Hemp, offering certified highest quality organic hemp products. This episode is a testament to the power of finding purpose and making a positive impact on the world. But first, let's hear from Inesa herself on how to pronounce her last name. Welcome back to another episode here on Hacks and Hobbies. Today, I get to speak with Inesa, and I cannot pronounce her last name, so I'm going to leave it to her, and she can tell us how to pronounce it. Inesa, thank you so much for coming onto the podcast.
Thank you so much for having me here today. And the last name is Ponomariovaite. So,
All right, Ponomariovaite.
yeah, I almost did it.
I almost did it. I just need some more practice. Inesa, thank you so much. This is exciting. You've done some amazing things over the years. So let's take a walk through memory lane and rediscover your origin story. Tell me a little bit about yourself, how you got started, and where you come from, because audience here might not have heard about you before. So let's jump right in with your origin story.
Yeah, it depends which story, because there's so many stories of my life. So I think that I want to do something big and special in this world. I always knew when I was a young girl. But then, of course, when you grow up, you have this pressure, who you want to be, where are you going to go, what college or what degree, who are you going to become? So that also kind of led me to not really understanding my true self and just following the masses and just doing what everybody else is doing, going to the college. They don't know why, they don't have their purpose in life. So, and sometimes it is hard to find your purpose in life because when you're young, right? But I feel like if you focus on in a young age, you definitely can accomplish that. So again, came in the United States from Lithuania, age 21. I came just visit the country. And I met a man, and he promised me a world. And from the moment I made a decision to stay, I actually lost my status in the country, like legal status in the country. And so the only one way to gain status is basically to get married with someone. And at that point, there's only one person I could possibly get married, right?
Yeah.
So, or other situations, which is in my case was other situation. But long story short is I stayed in the United States because of the love story, but the love story turned into, I can't even call nightmare. Most people say a nightmare, but it's really not, because it made me so strong and powerful where today I can move mountains and have a big smile on my face. So that relationship didn't end too well. It got me to the point where I was facing homelessness. I lost my complete identity, who I am as a person, in the physical realm and the spiritual at the same time. So started from completely from nothing in this country, absolutely nothing. And of course, I had big goals, but at the same time, I was going through major challenges. I had people taking advantage of me left and right, because when I grew up in Lithuania, my mom said that never lie, never steal, and never cheat. So then I grew up on these strong values, and I thought no one is lying, stealing, and stealing and cheating. And I was seeing the world through my own glasses, and I got to realize this is completely opposite stuff going on out there. So that reality check-in was hard because I was young, fighting in these very heavy duty cases, targeted by human traffickers, also dealing with a crazy love story that ended, in a lot of arrests and all kinds of things. So you name it. So you think, what happened? What I'm gonna do now? I should be
Yeah.
depressed right now and jump off the bridge. But I wasn't. I truly, every time I was experiencing pain, I promised myself that one day I'll be a strong and powerful woman and I'm gonna come to end situations like that.
Mm.
So, and that's exactly what happened, except it didn't happen as fast as I wished to. It took me like 8 years to get to that point,
Yeah.
but I did it. So story was very roller coaster, like absolutely just like in a Six
Mm.
Flags, upside down all day long.
Yeah.
So entrepreneurship was completely in my heart because I remember when I had no documentation, no legal status in this country, not even
Hmm.
credit card or social security, even driver's license. So I decided to, become the best in something. In that time, I really was dealing with my legalities. I couldn't go work regular jobs because they
Yeah.
would hire you for your legal status purposes. So I just decided to help people and clean the service. I became a cleaning lady basically in
Mm.
temporarily. So I created a huge, goodness gracious, that was like 11, 12 years ago. Yeah.
Mm.
I created a huge demand because of the really good quality of work I did, and got to the point where I was able to hire 9 ladies working for me and end
Nice.
up working a different job, which was much cleaner and
Yeah.
didn't require me to clean homes anymore and things like that. And that job pushed me for another job, for another better job. And it got to the point where eventually I was able to become one of the best actually agents in the financial industry. So I went through all the stages. So I seen it all, absolutely all.
Yeah.
So that's how I started, I guess, in the country. But there was a lot of starting points at this point. So when you asked me the question, I wasn't sure exactly.
No, that's really good because kind of gives the audience the overview of all the different struggles that you went through and kept your values close to heart. Being a hard worker, keeping those values that your mother taught you to keep doing better and better no matter what calamity came to you. You got right back up like, nope, I'm gonna keep going, and that's some of the things that people get disheartened when a calamity is like, oh my god, this is never gonna work. Like they don't have that positive mindset in it. I'm sure that you've also faced that feeling at one point or another, but then having that strong value system and a strong family backing, always gets you back into the race and keep moving.
No, absolutely. And that's exactly what happened. You're absolutely right. It's like, no, I know better. I'm not gonna be like rest of these people.
Yeah.
And even they may be driving in the nice black cars at that time, and everything. And you would think I'm doing less than them, but I said I'm never gonna be like these people, and I will prove the integrity is worth more than anything. And that
Yeah.
got me through life, to be honest with you. It really did. Because if I say I'll do something, I will do something. If I'll say I'll come on time, I'll come on time, and
Hmm.
people could count on me. And
Yeah.
it was a big deal, absolutely.
Love that. So one of the things that's really inspiring is you have a certified highest quality organic product on the market, hemp product on the market. And you mentioned something about your mom being cancer free. Tell me a little bit about that.
My mother's cancer was the best news for the world and our family. So, I
Not a
mean,
lot of people will say that because they have these entire campaigns of FUCK cancer, right? They abhor that. But I'm sure there's a value in what you've learned and why it's the best thing to happen to your family.
yeah, absolutely. So it really started my second journey of life started where I am right now, and I'll stay there forever. You can't remove me from where I am right now. It's mission impossible. So what happened is, when I really finally settled my life from the disease because I was very sick and I used to go see a lot of doctors, I
Mm,
didn't know any better. So I just decided to change my lifestyle because all these doctors and pills wasn't serving me. In fact, was getting me worse.
mm,
So what I decided to do, I said I have to try something different, and I just changed the lifestyle, and it got me a little bit of difference, a little bit of change, and that little bit of change got me so excited, where I went fully in, and within 1 year, I was able to reverse all my health conditions that I had since the childhood. So that being said, that planted a seed in my brain that God created a lots of beautiful plants and foods for us to be healthy.
Yeah.
So that was like, it was great, but wasn't enough. So when I finally really got my life together, where I was working in the financial industry, building construction business on the side, becoming a contractor slash was looking to buy apartments and rent them
Sure.
out and XYZ. So what happened is I was truly asking God for years straight, God, don't tell me that this is American dream. Please tell me what's my purpose in life. Because what happened is, like, everything looked so perfect on a piece of paper. If you would looked at my life that time, I had the days, off on the weekends, working, making money, young, beautiful, having healthy life, finances putting together. That time I was actually already putting money away to bring my sister in the United States so I can give her education. And I did. I put my sister through college, supported her for 4 or 5 years from A to Z. So, but it wasn't enough. I said, this can be true. This is not fulfilling my soul. This is,
Right.
I'm wasting my energy. I'm wasting. This is it can be. Can be my life. And I really was talking to people. I said, please tell me, like, how do you feel about your life? I was just so curious how people feel about their lives. And since I still are pretty respected in multiple layers of levels of people, I used to sit with people who make millions and billions of dollars and say, how do you feel about your life? Do you fulfill your purpose? So I was so curious, and couldn't get an answers from anybody. So I decided to ask God. I said, he knows the best. So I just asked God. So 1 year praising God on my knees, please tell me what's my purpose in life. Please tell me what's my purpose in life. I know I'm not. And I get this beautiful, amazing phone call from Lithuania. At 7 o'clock in the morning, I'm making my shake to go get ready, work out. And she tells me that dying in 6 months from now, I don't know what I'm going to do now, but we need to start chemo and radiation. And she tells me about her cancer. And as she's crying and being sad about her diagnosis, I literally have tears of joy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And she's like, what's going on? Like, what do you mean it's amazing? Are you sleeping and talking? Because she knows I used to do that when I was a kid. So she FaceTimed me, is like, I'm dying. I said, Mom, I was asking God to tell me what to do in life. So you asked God for me to die? Is like, no, Mom, I don't want you to die in any possible cost and shape and form. Mom, I was asking God, what's my purpose in life? And as you were speaking, I said, what happened to me? I truly see me finding the cure for cancer and every possible cure for cancer and doing whatever it takes, make sure you are saved. And I truly see right now, Mom, millions of people are smiling, walking happy. Most likely they're happy because they also had the same situation like yours, and now they're going to be cancer free. She's like, we're not even like, what are you doing? She was so lost. Like, can you imagine? You told her that I'm dying, and she's like, you should be celebrating right now because this is the best thing ever happened to us. I knew it. I knew it in my heart. It was so loud and clear that this is my mission. And that's exactly what it was. And I was so right. That's what I said. You can't change the inch in my life. And what happened, I left the country. I spent 27,000 hours on global cancer research. I talked to every possible scientist, doctor. I recorded, read the books. I was very open-minded to learn about all the treatments out there, just one treatment. Why pharmaceuticals, for example, or the chemotherapy doesn't kill the stem cells of the cancer, but we're still doing them, right? So then I realized there's politics involved. So I had to learn the politics. Then I learned the history involved. Oh, what happened? We changed the history. Oh, in fact, we actually created a new history. And I'm like, so I had to really go in the deep rabbit hole with this cancer, not just on the science, but also picking up the people. So I spent quite thousands of hours. And as a result, my mom was cancer-free 4 months later, no chemo, no radiation. And as a result, because of my mom's cancer, today we have, I don't know, definitely not hundreds and thousands of people being healthy and disease-free because of what happened to my family.
That's amazing, man. And it's a really inspiring. I mean, it's you asked to be shown the sign, what is my purpose? And the sign was a call from your mom, hey, I have cancer and I only have 6 months to live. And then you going on that journey because you've already got better by applying the knowledge that you had learned. And now you got your own company and you founded this company, Nisos Hemp. It's just amazing to hear, that there's thousands of people living healthy and free of cancer. Now, the funny part is my father-in-law passed away of cancer almost 13 years ago. And, he had asbestos cancer. Her youngest brother passed away of cancer 6 months ago. And we found out last year, exactly like a month after my son was born, we found out that he had cancer. He had brain cancer. And they're like, we're not going to do any chemotherapy. We're just going to keep the best that we can. 3 months, he was good. And then towards the end, the rest of the 2 or 3 months, he started losing capabilities. And it's really interesting because cancer is not an external disease, right? It is
Yeah.
a mutation of our bodies because of the food that we put in our bodies.
And the water and
the
the
water.
air and toxic relationships. So the way we work with cancer, for example, or any other disease in my other company, my Regenesis 369, we approach both. We approach the all physical and we approach all emotional. We get rid of all your traumas from the past because, for example, liver holds all the trauma. So I can work on you spiritually, or you can go on all these motivation speakings and
Yeah.
listen to the most positive things in the world, but that liver does have this little knot, and this knot can be released. Yes, it's great to have a good mindset and try and clean up the mess there in the mental well-being, but that knot still physically is sitting in your liver. So we need to release that knot. So when you release emotional and physical, you see miracles happening all day long. And people think it's miracles, but it's really not. So my hemp company, it's actually never came by choice. That was like a second. I thought I'm just going to be helping people to be well for the rest of my life and their lives. So, but the hemp company came, I realized and I learned essentials on something that I'm not allowed to speak about this because it's federally illegal on your own organ that you have it. God gave you, it's called endocannabinoid system on your own system. And I'm thinking, why they don't want us to learn about the system? And that system is the most essential thing in your body. And that single one American knows in America today that they carry this magical system in their body, and they produce their own cannabinoids that are responsible to control thousands of systems in your body, including central nervous system. And when I learned that you start losing those cannabinoid production in your own body because you're exposed to stress, toxic water, toxic relationships, mold, heavy metals, and all that stuff, glyphosate, which is gluten intolerance. I can't even stop when I say gluten intolerance. I would say too much of glyphosate in your body, not gluten intolerance. We need to change the way we explain things. It's such an innocent word. Everybody, I'm just gluten intolerant. No, stop saying that. You're too much glyphosate. You're no longer human, you're glyphosate. That's why you put a little bit extra more of glyphosate in your body, which is you call gluten, you become allergic to it because your body can't handle anymore. You're about to become a bomb, which is going to explode in a minute. So it's such a things where you realize the way they reworded, reshaped the most dangerous things. So your body starts losing cannabinoid production naturally, or not naturally, because you're exposed to glyphosate, which is gluten intolerance, or the water or anything, and you start falling apart. And all what you need to do, just empower that cannabinoid system with something safe and effective. But the problem is, there is no safe and effective, because our government decided to give you zero regulations how to produce these products, and it's only up to consumers to know better. So if the consumers will get educated by someone like me who cares, that's great. But if they don't, they're going to be putting more glyphosate and more metals in their body on those CBD products.
That's so crazy. And glyphosate is one of the broad, I mean, it's a herbicide, right? And crop, and it's sprayed on all the crops. And so, oh my God, this is very fascinating. So we have allergies in our family. Like my oldest son has, different food allergies. My daughter, 5-year-old, has the gluten tolerance, and so we have to get all the gluten-free stuff for her. But this is really good to know, because I want to rid all of these allergies for my kids so they can enjoy all the foods that are provided. It's just, thank you, man. This is mind-blowing. I don't even know where to go from here, because this is powerful.
When it comes to the health topic, and again, I tell people all the time, I'm really nobody. I just produce results. And today, no one in the world can beat our results. I don't know a single person, human, doctor, scientist, who can produce so much of results. So again, I'm just a passionate, and I'm here to help. But if you're gonna get me into the health topic, so we're probably never gonna end.
We're probably never gonna end. Yeah, that's probably a few other episodes that we'll have to
the health topic itself. I coach doctors. I truly are. And I coach scientists. I open their eyes. We're putting them on a new path and a new way of looking for things. And we talk about parasites. I'm literally the first person in this country to push parasitic topic. And now I see more and more doctors talking about the parasites, which is so huge. It's so important to know these things, and they're part of our lives and controlling our lives and putting us to the death sentence, while your doctor/drug dealers trying to give you these drugs instead trying to fix your system. So that's why I became passionate about Nisos, or the hemp industry, because I saw physically visited, putting my right hand on my heart, visited these facilities. I visited these companies, and I said, I need to know what's in your product. Oh, we'll show lab results. I don't need to see your lab results. I want to make my own testing. Oh, it's going to cost you a lot of money. Don't worry about it. At least I will know the truth, because I'm going to bring it to the world, the truth. I need these cannabinoids, and I need to figure out which company I can trust, which company still runs their business with integrity. And they have news for you. Sadly, not single one of them passed lab results. And then I started investigating laboratories. And then I learned the laboratories don't even have to actually tell you what's in the lab results. All what you do, pay a couple $100 extra, and they will tell, and they will report to whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Everybody's in it for the money, right? They don't care about the health of anybody, because they're not related. Unless they're in the shoes of a sick person, maybe they'll open their eyes. They're probably not taking their own products.
No, they don't. They really don't. And your smart Google even tells you, if you go on Google, the Google is so smart that tells you the truth that CBD is a drug. And we both know that if you use natural compounds like spinach, tomatoes, apples, herbs, you can't patent nature. So today, CBD is patented as a drug. That means it's not natural. It's a drug for epilepsy patented by Food and Drug Administration. It's called Epidiolex. So it's not natural. And it's not even that CBD doesn't even exist in the plant. And everybody is running at this. said, so Inesa, I'm completely lost. I said, me too. I was very lost when I find out this whole information.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Well, we're gonna continue on this topic on another episode. We're gonna be having a more health-aware episode, but your journey has been truly an inspiration for me, and how you've combated your life, and you've seen the light, you've inspired others, you've helped so many people. Thank you so much for sharing in this. So we're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, we'll share 3 hacks for the audience.
Can't wait.
I'm Junaid Ahmed, host of Hacks and Hobbies podcast and a digital presence advisor at HumbleZone. This episode is brought to you by Home Studio Mastery. I launched a consultation and course program to help podcasters and course creators to create a space in their homes that will reduce the friction of creating content and appearing their best when showing up on camera. The pandemic gave us a lot of issues, but this one is here to stay. We're now so much closer to our audience thanks to video becoming more popular and affordable. I help guide folks who want to create Hollywood-worthy studios to not only capture great content, but also build more confidence, more authority, and be more comfortable in front of the camera. If I can do it, you can too. And with my help, you can do it faster. So if you'd like to learn more, visit homestudiomastery.com and how you too can create a home studio that brings out your personality, professionalism, and possibilities.
Hey guys, welcome back. We've been speaking with Inesa here on the podcast. So much inspiration, so much passion in these conversations. And Inesa loves health. I mean, she spent over 27,000 hours figuring out what is wrong or what cancer is, and she's been able to create solutions and create so many healthy people, not create, but help so many people to be free of their problems. And it's that you have some really amazing story, and thank you so much for sharing. Do you have 3 hacks for us, for the entrepreneurs listening to the show?
I have probably a lot more than that.
A lot more than 3.
Which one would be the most important one? Again, someone who's so passionate about the health, and including my own self, like reversing my complete, trying to add additional 100 years in my life to look the way I am today. And, I think the number one hack is definitely would be, you can be productive no matter how good you are, no matter how amazing and talented you are. If you are all over the place, if you're sick, if you're not feeling well, if some inflammation is taking over your gut, which is your brain, the number one hack, try taking care of yourself. I mean, you're absolutely no good to no one, including your business or your work environment, if you're not going to take care of yourself. So, and the sad news is, it's really not sad, it's just the reality that I realized when I was a young girl. No one is gonna come after you to help you. Okay, no one. So when you get the punches, it's called life punches in your face, just get up and go. That's it. Because no one is gonna come up to pet you and say, I'm so sorry, little boy, little girl. It's not gonna happen. We're no longer in childhood, we're in adults. And I can promise you, the most beautiful thing out there is that every problem is loaded with minimum 3 to 33 solutions. So don't waste your time. So yeah, another hack would be, the second hack besides your health would be, don't waste your time. Don't get caught up on the problems. I promise you, and I'm not joking, you can ask every employee that I have in the company. When they call me and they said, we have a problem, my first answer is, we have no problem. No, I promise you, this is definitely a problem. This is something we're so gonna destroy everything in the 5 minutes if you're not gonna take care of it. I said, I promise you, this is the best thing ever happened to us, and we're gonna figure it out in 5 minutes, I promise you. So it's really the reality. I've done it in every single time. The most biggest problems you can come up with, that was the best thing ever came to us and ever happened to me. Because why? I focused on solution immediately.
Yeah.
I did not waste my time or energy for my stress. And then I came back home to negative towards my sister or my dog or anybody. I mean, four walls between my house, whatever.
Yeah.
So I focused immediately on solution. So, for example, if you call 911 and when emergency is coming to get you, right? When you say you have a problem,
Yeah.
what happens? They don't ask you the details.
No.
Why your boyfriend beat you up, where the boyfriend was
Mm-mm.
born, is
No.
he had a boyfriend, friends, and family, if he had a dog, by the way, or he liked to eat carrots or potatoes. So no, they just ask you a fact and they're focusing on solution immediately. This is the fact. What happened? We don't need the story behind, and let's focus on solution. Time is precious. So that's how you should be acting. Every time you have that call where you says a problem or something happened, again, you live in the most beautiful, powerful world. You have the most beautiful God's given brain. You have thousands of solutions, as minimum 3 in each situation.
Amen.
And focus on the solution. That's the hack number 2.
I love
Then
it.
another hack, I would say, if you really want to achieve something, become the best in something, whatever you choose to be. If it's a shoemaker, my shoemaker probably makes $1 million a year, to be honest with you. The one fixes my shoes.
Yeah.
I can't even get the guy because he's so busy fixing all these nice shoes. And people pay so much money and you can't even get on the line to get stuff even done on time because he's too busy. So, and he multiply his business in multiple locations. Just become the best in something. Choose something that you will enjoy it so much and become the best at it. Because when you're gonna become the best at it, you're gonna be booked, no advertising needed. You're gonna be the best. You can raise the prices, you can drop the prices, you can do whatever you want. You become the best in one thing. Stop doing everything. Just become the best in one thing. So that's the hack number 3.
Nessa, thank you so much. And here's a little secret why I asked the 3 hacks. I'm
Well,
really listening for what I should be doing after I get off this call, right? And so these hacks are it's a what's that word? I'm really listening to what I can be doing in my business, right? So anybody listening can apply this to their lives, but really it's a great reminder for myself to say, hey, go and do this. She's already done it. You can also do it. You've got the help, you've got the support. So thank you so much, Nisa, for those lovely hacks.
you're absolutely welcome. Most important, if those hacks is gonna create some any better, that's all that matters. But you're already saying it's already encouraging you to take action. That means we're doing something right here.
Absolutely. Amen. All right, let's jump into this rapid fire questions. What is the one hobby that you wish you got into?
I mean, my work is such a big hobby. I wish I went to deep biology sessions and like analyzing and reinforce. I don't know. It's I tell this all the time to my even family members. I said, if I had a full science and went on a full journey the way the medical school or whatever teaches you, I probably would be the most dangerous threat pharmaceutical world right now. I would be literally the most dangerous thing. So I think I just wished, because my mom put me again in the things that she thought I should go, like medical, music school, art school, landscape design, and things like that. So I wish I just went. My hobby was all about, as a kid, I was analyzing, frogs and things and nature and everything. So I wish I went more into biology instead. Instead, because right now I have to catch up and I have no time. I still have to learn these things, and I'm like, okay. So it's a little challenging because you have a lot of things going on your plate.
Yeah, I totally understand. All right, next up, what did you want to be when you were a child?
Save the world.
Save the world.
And
And
I
you
was
are.
saving. I was just saving everybody. I was saving animals on the street. I remember because I was the oldest child. So I
Mhm.
used to be responsible for cleaning home, taking care of my brother, sister.
Yeah.
My mom actually gave me both of them when I was age 12. So I became a mother of the house
Yeah.
myself, age 12. So I had take full house responsibility. And yes, because I was responsible, that allowed me to bring homeless dogs at home to wash them, clean them, and actually kick them out before my mom comes back home and
Yeah.
clean the house, so she would never know the dogs are actually came in the house because she would literally be so mad at me. So the neighbors told her, like, your daughter's bringing all these homeless dogs and cats and everything. Do you know that? It's like, no, but she caught me 6 months later, but I stopped. So I was really big heart helping people or
I love
animals.
that. I still am. Awesome. What is your favorite movie or TV show?
Notebook, because it's a story of love.
Yes.
And since then, I really never watched movies anymore, unless it's documentary, science-based.
Yeah,
Um, but then I used to watch movies when I was like 10, that was 10 years ago.
sure.
Notebook, because it does bring you back for those values, for how love, and love is still incredible. We just
Yeah.
have the social media right now destroying our society.
Mhm.
But I'm still standing on the same page with the Notebook.
I love it. All right, next question would be, what movie would you choose if you got to play a character in it?
I was asked a similar question actually somewhere, and oh, what is my favorite celebrity? And
Mm,
I would be probably someone who does have a power to change the way I want to change things in 5 minutes. Change the laws, change everything, and free people
yeah,
from disease, from fear, from all the stuff we are misguided on, so somebody can benefit from us
yeah.
and feed on our fears. So I would be probably, I don't know, president or whatever I need to be at this point. I probably would create my own role in a movie,
Mhm.
like I don't know, somebody that empowered, that does have a power to make a huge impact very fast.
And I think we can get you there. My friend just finished a documentary for another friend of mine, and they're getting like Hollywood is taking a look at this stuff. So if you want to work on a documentary on your company or Inesa, we can definitely make that connection.
Thank you.
Next question. Who is your favorite superhero?
From the business perspective, my superhero is definitely Nikola Tesla.
Hmm.
From the personal world, because I do have two worlds, and sometimes it's very hard because in the business you have to operate as a business person, and
Yeah,
sometimes it's hard because you have a big heart and you want to just give and do. But from personal, I would say Mother Teresa. Yeah.
love it. All right, last question. If you were a board game, what would it be?
If I'm so sorry if I
A board game. Like chess, Monopoly, Shoots and Ladders. Like what game would represent who you are?
those are tough questions. You got me here in trouble today. I didn't sign up for this.
Trust me, this is the last question.
No, it's all good. I think I would be a queen. I would be a queen, yeah, on a chest, because I would have a power to change. Again, goes back to the
Yeah,
power, because I really, really want people not to suffer. I suffered half of my life. I know what it
yeah,
feels like. It. I promise one day I'll make the change, and I'm doing it, but it's never enough. You say
yes,
100 or 1,000 or 10,000, it's just never enough. You just want to do more people, and you
yeah,
say you don't have to suffer.
yeah.
There's a solution out there.
I love it. Well, Inessa, thank you so much. Where can my audience find you?
Nessus. So NessusHemp.com is the best way to reach us. If you have any questions, that's where you can purchase our most certified, cleanest, authentic CBDA hemp product on the market that can make a huge difference in your life, and at the same time if you have any questions for customer service about me or my work or anything like that. So Nisos Hemp through customer service, it's easy to find me there.
I love it.
Yes, Nisos Hemp, easy.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Nisa, for the opportunity to speak with you and opening my mind to where the world. I had an inclination that this entire system was rigged, and you've kind of uncovered a lot of that. And I might have to bring you back and talk more on that topic in a future episode. Thank you again.
Thank you so much for having me here today, and God bless everyone.
All right, take care and see you in the next episode.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the episode. Thanks so much for listening to our guest on this episode. Please send me an email at junaid@hacksandhobbies.com to tell me what you loved about our guest today. You could find links mentioned in this episode on the hacksandhobbies.com website.